Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and this video is about Ardra Nakshatra, the 6th lunar sign of Vedic astrology. And I've got a wonderful Nakshatras course. In level 1 of the course, we go through each of the 27 Nakshatras, studying what their energy is, with reference to your chart or my chart, so as to create caring and authentic discussion. Or if neither of us have a planet in any particular nakshatra, bringing in family members, friends or celebrities. Okay, so this video is about Ardra, the 6th nakshatra, and it spans from 6 degrees 40 Vedic Gemini to 20 degrees Vedic Gemini. And what I think I need to say is that this is one of the sharp and quite dreadful nakshatras, in a sense. That needs to be said. And this is the whole point about the nakshatras. They depict our moon nature, our emotional nature. And so often that can have quite difficult qualities, but we actually incarnate to experience those difficulties, to bring light out of darkness, not to engage with the damaging side, damaging to ourselves, damaging to others, and to find the buried gold. You see, negatively, Ardra is a terror, like a torturer, it can be. And so, you know, what's it feel like, to be like a torturer, a jailer? What's it feel like to experience, to be on the receiving end of that energy? And so, what qualities do we need to bring when we're faced with a negative Ardra? But the point is, there is a perfection that Ardra has to move towards, as with all the nakshatras. But as I said, this is a difficult one. And so the perfection of Ardra is to go through the tumult energies to find polished sense of self in spiritual connection, like the polished face of a diamond. And the other thing about Ardra is that they can lose their life if they don't do what they have to do. So although on the one hand their symbol is the diamond, the other is the teardrop. For example, if you're in the well-paid job and you realise you need to develop your potential as an artist, do you stick in the well-paid job? Or do you go to art school? And the whole point is, Ardras have no choice. Part of the perfection energy of Ardra is that they must do what their soul calls them to do. So let's go through a little bit of the qualities. And so what happens if you enroll on my Nakshatras course? I send you the link to the video about each nakshatra. You get the notes. You write up your own depiction of the nakshatra with reference to the reading list books. I suggest 3 or 4 books. Everybody has a different consciousness, so you need books by different people. Some are novelistic. Some seek to be textbook. Both have merits. But you do need both. And so if you look at Ardra, well, first of all, the ruling deity, Rudra, the red one, the storm god, the howler, a ferocious form of Lord Shiva, the god of creation and destruction. And every nakshatra has a power animal, and indeed that's used in the wonderfully powerful relationship astrology of Vedic astrology. And so when we've finished part 1, we go on to part 2 of my Nakshatras course, which looks at the many theories of how you use nakshatra analysis for superb perception about your life, your relationships, why you find difficulties with some people, how you can find great blessings with others, how you identify that, nakshatras and health, all those wonderful issues you move on to in part 2. But the power animal of Ardra is the bitch, the female dog, and its energy is trikshna, or sharp and dreadful, and its motivation is kama, or desire. In terms of the gunas of Vedic astrology, which are assessed to 3 levels, it's rajas primarily, but also tamas and sattva, materiality and spiritual quest. And its Ayurvedic dosha is vata. And its principal star is Betelgeuse in Orion. Okay, so let's look at a few qualities. So Ardras can be going in for fierce activity, enthusiasm, urge for expansion, powerful, bold, rash. And negatively, they're proud, egoic, violent and critical. But there's the need for spiritual growth. Will they move beyond their negative side? So when they move towards their best, they are stable and strong and sympathetic. No longer do they seek to use their brutal power for negative ways, but to hold the perfection. So all the nakshatras have the tricky, difficult or dreadful bits, but we can't escape that, and there actually are vehicles for healing. The other thing about Ardras is that they have to be flexible and open. They mustn't stick. I know it, I want it, this is me, this is the law. They can't do that. They have to be open to the dance of Lord Shiva. Now, every nakshatra has 4 padas, or quarters as it were, and so in the course you learn about the considerable difference about, whether you have a planet in pada 1, pada 2, pada 3 or pada 4. And one of the padas is particularly difficult in this difficult sign, and that's pada 2, which is an Ashtamamsha nakshatra. And so we note that fact in level 1, and the whole concept of Ashtamamsha is something we go into in depth in level 2 of my Nakshatras course, because that brings out the difference between where your planet is in terms of your soul statement in your Navamsha chart, your 9th harmonic chart, and your Rashi chart, your birth chart. And Ashtamamsha is a difficult relationship. So you need to hear that and understand what it means, recognize it when it's happening and heal it. So I hope I've shown you something about my Nakshatra course and shown you something that's difficult in a sense to speak, that the Nakshatras do powerfully and accurately depict human nature. And we can't deny that. We can't go into some pious denial. We have to acknowledge that, and from that powerfully go on to perception, to healing and empowerment. So get in touch with me. The website's www.nakshatrasadvancecourse.com, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.